This backfired so badly. People flipped. The mob flipped. Worse than that, Mohammed Hijab realized that, oh my God, this has backfired on him as well, right? So people turned on Mohammed Hijab. What does Mohammed Hijab do? He turns on Yasir al-Qadhi. He has a, if I can, let me just see, where was the, I had it here somewhere. Right, here it is. So, this is a part of Mohammed Hijab's Facebook post. He decides to make a Facebook post saying that Yasir Qadhi against him after the interview, he will be refuted. Huh? He will be refuted. Boy, you're finished. He will be refuted. This is what... So Mohammed Hijab decides to, you know what, let's just turn on him. This bichara had come on there, and you know something? This... Yasir Qadhi had come on there and thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart. Hi. Oh. He decided to come on there and do a heart-to-heart. Little does he know that Mohammed Hijab turns it on him and says, if I think he's being a deviant, and if he's going to be a deviant, we're going to refute him. We're going to turn on him. And this is who he, by the way, Yasir Qadhi would never agree to come and have a dialogue with me. I had asked him, let's have a dialogue. No. I would never backstab any of my guests. I wouldn't do that. Not my style, you know. I mean, I may ask them questions. I may do that, but I wouldn't backstab them. You know, I wouldn't kind of call them on, press these questions, and then say, oh, you know what? He needs to be refuted. So this is where you've got this statement by, obviously, Mohammed Hijab to gain his own popularity.
Finished. Wallahi, you're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
This is what has happened, people. This is what... But I want to say, look, listen, people. In many ways, Shaykh Yasir Qadhi, Mohammed Hijab, in many ways, this is for them just chickens coming home to roost. They are part and parcel of this mob culture of creating this, we need to refute people. This, you know, this refutation culture of like, oh, if you're and Yasir Qadhi is one of the biggest proponents of this. Not so long ago, he made a video where he was speaking about me. He doesn't mention my name, but he's saying, yeah, you know, this, and he's speaking about these so-called muftis, and he says that this scholar, we wish he would, rather than claiming to be Sunni Maliki, just claim to be of another sect, non-Sunni, Mu'tazili or something, so we don't have to refute you. Acha. And now, you know, check this out, people, check this out. Shaykh Yasir Qadhi, Qazi Sahab, when, you know, look, this is my nasiha to Americans. You know, Americans really don't know how to handle this stuff. Two things they can't handle. One seems to be they can't handle women. As soon as they get on certain, as soon as they get to certain kind of fame, usually there's a big problem, you know. And two, they can't handle controversy. People, I king of controversy, you know. Let me tell you something, you know what, my uncle, legend, yeah. May Allah bless his soul and have mercy on his soul and grant him an elevated maqam in Jannatul Firdaus. You know, once we were in Karachi, yeah, when we were chatting and we were talking about someone, my uncle was telling me about this person and he was kind of criticizing him. And I said to my uncle, I said, Mamu, I said to him that because the person that we were speaking about was poor, poverty stricken. And I said, look, gharib hona koi ghalti thori na hoti hai. And my uncle said to me, he said, हाँ यार, he said, ये तो है. He said, गरीब होना गलती नहीं है. You know, I said, look, the person being poor isn't a, you know, you can't fault him for that. And he said, हाँ यार, he said, that's true. You know, गलती होना, गरीब होना गलती नहीं है. He goes, मगर फुद्दू होना बहुत बड़ी गलती है. You know, this is the problem, you see. Like you see, being an idiot, this is your fault. Oh yeah. So this was the story of our beloved Qadhi Saab, who is right now heartbroken. क्या होता है यार? हाय हाय हाय. Jiye jana, bina dil ke jiye jana. This is how Qadhi Saab right now is living without a heart. Somebody said Yasir Qadhi equals. No, I'm not saying. I no say that, yaar. I say his behavior is like. It's true though. His behavior was a bit, you know. And mark my words. You know something. He has only gone further down in his crisis. Because he will now have to choose, does he remain true to himself? Like, does he own this? Or does he now have to pretend? And he will lose so many more fans and so much more of a following that he's pandering to. Mohammed Hijab, I actually believe in, because he's young yet, give him a decade, I feel he too will crumble under a similar crisis. Because these people, they've began... You see, they began their journey from this kind of plateau that isn't sustainable. You know, with all these certainties that they claim, that just ain't there. And with maturity, that will kind of crumble. But yeah.